Torrez Finney is a remarkable athlete. Nicknamed Air Finney, he throws other fighters around and delivers brutal ground and pound to his current undefeated only fighter in Contender Series history to have gone on to the show 3 separate occasions, winning all of them. It was just a matter of time before Finney got the opportunity in the UFC. Today we'll have a look at the highlights of a dominant athlete with a huge load of potential in prospect Torrez Finney. Torrez Finney comes from a very athletic high school and collegiate career. In high school, he was an all-state football player, stacking accolades while also being a 2-time state champion in wrestling. He'd go on to represent the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga in both sports from 2016 to his graduating year of 2020. He found boxing late in his university days and ultimately, still having the athletic fire he found, a passion and a skill in mixed martial arts. In 2020, his career on the regional scene was absolute dominance. He debuted with an 11-second first-round knockout. In his second amateur fight, he won the Valor Fighting Challenge light heavyweight title. He would capture another regional title in Aries Fight Series before becoming a professional in 2022, and it would be a similar story. Taking opponents down, lifting them, slamming them, using his wrestling background, his football athleticism, he would continue to dominate fights. He would win 5 in a row, and that's when he would get his first opportunity on a show he would become familiar with the Contender Series. His first appearance on the Contender Series would be against a great athlete, but Torrez Finney would absolutely dominate in the grappling. However, a big question mark comes down to Torrez's ability on the feet. He was getting cracked multiple times, but was able to get back to his wrestling whenever he was in danger, dominating in that area. Ultimately, Dana White, watching the performance and seeing Torrez Finney get the win, decided not to give him the contract, and that at his youthful age of 24, to send him back to the regional scene asking for more fights. Nonetheless, Torrez Finney would only get one more fight, and Dana White would harp back to that in his next Contender Series opportunity, but still, in that one regional fight, it was a brutal knockout of his opponent to improve to 8-0, and nonetheless, he would be brought back on the Contender Series in what was probably his worst outing on the Contender Series looking back. He did get tired. He was again getting cracked on the feet in this fight, but still, Finney's wrestling is absolutely dominant, able to take his opponent down whenever he was in trouble, earning himself a unanimous decision victory. But again, the boss would come on and get real serious with Torrez Finney in the most brutal Dana White way possible.
I'm always brutally honest with this stuff. You get absolutely decimated in the UFC with the performance that you put on tonight.
Nonetheless, it felt a little berating. He said that Torrez would get decimated in the UFC. I disagree with that. Finney has a skill set where, at the very least, he's going to be a middle of the ranks middleweight. And with his athleticism, I think that he would do just fine. But nonetheless, a couple weeks later, in October, 1 year to his 2023 Contender Series opportunity, he would get another shot on the Contender Series to make it a perfect 3 for 3 on the show. He would come out in this fight and absolutely blitz his opponent. The significant strike numbers, 42-2. Torrez Finney would ultimately get the ground and pound finish in front of the boss, Dana White. And this time, Dana could not refuse, giving Torrez Finney a contract to the UFC, and that leaves us where we are now, 10-0, the only fighter in Contender Series to go 3 for 3, finally earning a contract in his last fight out. I'm extremely interested to see how far this extremely athletic, extremely powerful. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments section below. Do you think the wrestling's going to be enough, or do you think he's going to struggle due to the stand-up lacking a little bit? But that'll do it for today's video. If you enjoyed, smash that like button, subscribe to Combat Sports Central, and I will see you in the next one.